What is going on, guys? Benny here. We are here today to talk about this little guy. This is the iFi AC iPurifier. So what's this supposed to do? It's actually supposed to clean your power. So I'll give you guys my review after the intro. Alright guys, so like I said in the intro, this is the iFi AC iPurifier. I don't know if that'll see that. That'll focus there. But, so, it's kind of a strange review because a lot of people think this is snake oil. And from what I can tell in my random put together system, it did work. So I have this guy down here. This is an old Monster Power HTS 3600. So with that guy, what I did, at least in terms of how I tried to see if this works, was I unplugged everything from there, plugged all the stuff into just a random Amazon power strip, like the $30 one, whatever it is, and you could hear like a little bit of power noise over it, and I plugged this in and it stopped having that problem. So it's a little strange. I don't have actual video of me doing this, only because it took a lot of time and then I was moving crap out of the garage. But this did work, which is a little... I wasn't expecting much from it. I love iFi products, but like when it came to something that I think this only comes in at like $100, like buying something like that new is like in the 200 range. So like seeing that plugging this into just some random budget-friendly power strip, the way you're supposed to use this is you would put this at as close to the actual plug itself on the strip, because obviously with most budget-friendly power strips, they run on a rail of power. So you would put this in front of all of it, and then you would plug all the other stuff in behind it. And I did do it that way. So what did I find when this happened, when I used it rather, is it did stop like power noise spikes. So like if you guys have really dirty power, if this is something new to you as a new audiophile, is what you'll realize is the more higher end things you buy, or if you buy things that are sensitive to power at all, they are very sensitive to EMI as well as dirty power. Hence like AC spikes where you'll hear like a yeah, that's my best example. Or like if when you get like a text over radio, it'll get the RFI will get in there. And when I put this in, it stopped a lot of that. But this does do a couple things that you may not like, but it does work in terms of keeping the power cleaner. But it does do a couple things to the sound. So that was my experience with it. So let's get on with the sound. Okay, so with the sound of this guy, it did change a couple things in the system itself. So when I plug this in, it does what it's supposed to. It evens out the power. So basically what it does is the power goes in this guy, and then it matches whatever is going into it, so then it dissipates it and evens it out and destroys the noise that's coming out of your speakers in terms of the dirty power. But when being that it's doing that within on the power side of things, what ends up happening may not be for everyone is it does raise the noise floor. So instead of having random spikes of noise, it's more of like a slight hum, but it's not invasive. So if you're listening at a decent volume, moderate to high volumes, even somewhat low volumes, you won't really hear that hum unless you're listening to like straight acoustic things and you're trying. And that's the other thing that this kind of kills is the dynamics. It kind of sucks the dynamics out of it because it's trying to curb those power issues. So like I said, it raises that noise floor, and then also the dynamics kind of suffer a little bit. So you're not gonna hear from darkness to bright really quickly, like up and down if you're listening to something very quiet to loud in terms of how it's recorded. This may not be for you because again, raised noise floor. Another thing is that it does do, being that it helps with the power issues, is it does help you hear more things, I guess you would say. Like what I noticed is I could hear some things that I couldn't hear before. I think that has to do with having it be a more consistent power draw that's coming out of it. But the other problem is, again, it kind of smooths off the top end. So if you already have smooth speakers or a smooth sounding system, this may warm it up and smooth it out even more. So I would say that it comes with your taste, because if it's too smooth, obviously then you're losing resolution and other like extension up top, which isn't something everyone wants. So if you have a resolving system for a reason and something that does push all the information and all the resolution you want, and that's your jam, this probably is not a good product for you. But if you are having more of a power spike and power issues and you want to try it, I would say try it. You can always buy it and return it, right? But it is something I would try. Obviously, like for the higher end audiophile, you may not want to try this. You'd probably spend money on like a bigger conditioner kind of like that, or if you're like the super hardcore, you have your own power line going into your house, so then you know you do have straight clean power coming to just your audio equipment. There are people out there that do that, guys. You know, like living down here in like the more budget and mid-fi, or moving into hi-fi, again, this may not be the product for you, but it could be the product for many. So for me, I would say this is a very good product if you have that issue of dirty power. And being that a lot of people say like $100, that is a decent amount of money for a lot of people. But again, like if it's something that's gonna last just as long as your audio equipment and it does fix your power problem, I don't see a reason not to spend money on it. So with that, in conclusion, like I was saying, it's not for everyone. Kind of smooths out the top end a little bit, kind of like lowers the dynamics of everything. But if you are having those issues with your power, I would say it's worth a try. Always worth a try. And I would say this is, I can't say it works in my system. I've seen people online say, oh, this is snake oil, it doesn't work in my system, or it made it worse, things like that. Everyone's system is different. We all have different components. So when it comes down to trying anything at a price of $100, just try it. There's no reason not to try it. So in my conclusion for this guy, again, try it. Might work, might not work. But in my system here, as well as like me trying to use it on other stuff in the household, it worked. But like I said, guys, I would say I love iFi products. This product did work for me, and for you guys, it may work for you. So I will see you guys in the next review. Hopefully that's soon. Probably should be, because I have a bunch of stuff I need to review for you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Please like, subscribe. Please subscribe. That'd be great. I'd be so happy if I could get to 600 by the start of the new year. And see you guys in the next one. Later.